Hotline. Welcome to Harold Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show, folks. We're back.
You know it.
Commander.
Thank you very much. And thank everyone. We enjoyed you all last year. We're going to do better this year because this is a new season. And we have a lot of people to be here that's coming up later on in the weeks to come. But right now, we're going to turn our eyes on this young man right here. Brother, I got to say, he makes me feel good because it makes me feel like I'm his oldest brother. But me and him also, we work with different people and organizations, and with a female friend of ours, she's a radio host. Her name is Clara Hubbard, and we work together with her and stuff like that. But without any on to do, this is Brother Clifford Bartlett. We'd like to welcome you.
Appreciate it, man.
Show.
Thank you, man. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Definitely. Humble to be here.
Thank you very much.
You was telling us before we came on the air who you worked for, so give us a little rundown on your background, and then let's get into the show.
Sure. Chicago native. Went to Tennessee State while I was down there.
College student.
Yeah. Didn't get a chance to get into the military.
Okay.
But
we won't hold that against you.
No, you got good quality.
I appreciate it. And while I was down there, had a mentor who showed me how to get into my own business, basically.
Okay.
My dad had his own business. Fast forward, got into financial services about 7 years ago. We had some experiences where we started noticing in our peers, family, friends, people were getting liquidated based off of some chronic illnesses, health, things of that nature. And me and my other partners, we figured out a way to help people retain their assets if someone comes down with a chronic illness. So the name of the company is called Elder Life Group. We're based in Janesville, Wisconsin. Even though I live here, I travel all over. It doesn't really make a difference, kind of like our friend Claire.
Yeah, yeah.
But
We love you, Claire.
Shout out to Claire for sure.
Yes, we do.
But what we do specifically, we help people keep their assets, even if you're young, old, age does not make a difference.
That's good.
We educate people on the system. And what that is compromised of is this: when somebody gets an illness, whether if it's a stroke or heart attack, cancer, things of that nature, no matter what your wealth is, if you're a millionaire or if you're a hundredaire, it doesn't make a difference.
I wish I was.
All the rules apply the same, and what those rules are, if you don't have long-term care insurance, it's only two other ways you can pay, and that's self-pay or Medicaid, and typically everybody falls into Medicaid. What that means to everybody is this: if you have more than $2,000 in assets, or $1,500 in life insurance, you don't qualify. And if you've ever heard of the term 5-year look back?
Yes.
And what that is, they look back 5 years on all of your assets, and whatever is within those 5 years, they call it a spin down. People have to sell their property that's been in the family 100 years. You know, your retirement. As far as veterans, I've worked with plenty of veterans, and you know they'll unfortunately try to take those benefits also. So where we come in, we have a business model that is one of a kind, where attorneys and financial advisors work hand in hand to help individuals, families keep their assets when somebody gets ill. We have proprietary software which allows us to put in somebody's assets, their information, and it is based off of federal, Medicaid, and state law. So this is no guesswork.
Okay.
It tells us what assets are protected. The ones that are not protected, it tells us what to do. So we have a solution for everybody. And unfortunately, nobody's educated on how to do this type of planning. Whether if it's pre-planning or crisis, I always pray that people pre-plan for these type of situations. But at the end of the day, people don't, because they don't know that you can.
Right.
But then my question would be, to you. Why is it that someone would have to be damn near indigent to get that type of help?
They don't. They don't. Unfortunately, the calls that we get, people are in those crisis situations. So when actually the main reason I'm here is to I'm working with Commander is that we created a workshop specifically for veterans at Olive Harvey College the third Friday of every month. Okay.
And they just had a celebration there today for his birthday. Milton Olive.
Okay.
I was at the, excuse me for cutting you off. I was at their dinner this past Saturday. And they had discussed the meeting because, see, I was supposed to go there, but I told them I cannot be in two places at once. I tried it, but it wouldn't work because, see, the things I do, like for Jesse Brown and stuff, I'd be there. I was there this morning, and I didn't get off there till about 1:30. Well, I get off at 1 o'clock, but see, by the time I get through with the things I'm doing, people want to ask questions and stuff like that. Oh, y'all had an hour with me. Had nothing been up, but anyway, sport been going there. But yeah, they celebrated. I met his auntie at the dinner Saturday, and she was explaining about the family members and stuff like that. And they had a big thing about that today, his celebration and stuff.
And so what you're telling us, that if a veteran find himself or herself in a crisis moment, you guys have a roadmap to help with their assets.
Most definitely.
So they don't lose it.
Most definitely. Now, here's the thing. By law, since they have that look-back period of 5 years, depending on what type of assets you have, how much you have in assets, there is a formula that the government has. They always have something to restrict, to hold you up. Going through our process, it might take a year or 2 years to actually completely protect all of your assets. For example, I have clients right now, day one, when we help somebody protect their assets, pre-planning, not crisis. Day one, we can possibly protect 80% of everything they have immediately. I don't really want to get into all the weeds, but at the end of the day, if you pre-plan, you can protect everything. In crisis situations, we can help people protect almost half, which is better than nothing. Because a lot of times people will get liquidated and they have nothing left at the end.
Yeah, especially when it comes down to veterans and they loved ones, their spouses or whatever it may be. Because, see, just as me and you had talked before about what if, and I hate to say that, but see, sooner or later, you're gonna have to bring that to the family. What if something should happen to blah blah this? How are you gonna make it? Well, see, now with the new laws and stuff like that, it's not that much that the family would get. And see, then too, especially with a lot of these veterans, they have families that, don't get me wrong when I say that, they have families, they have kids and stuff like that, but see, a lot of veterans didn't get married. And see, now, although they still with the woman and stuff like that, and they're taking care of the family and stuff like that, but see, the critical part, what if something should happen to you as a veteran? What's going to be left for your wife? I mean, your significant other and your family and stuff like that. Now, depends on the age. Here's what the Veterans Administration is doing. If they are naturally yours and your name is on the birth certificate and stuff like that, and they know about it within, and depends on the age, they would take care of that. But see, now, as far as your longtime friend, and they don't go by common wives and stuff like that, well then they won't get anything. So they left out. So this is one of the things that I be trying to tell a lot of veterans in that field.
You have to protect your children.
That, and just like what he's saying somewhat, you got to put something over to the side. And that's and something like that, man, you have to get you a will or something.
Well, it's more than a will. One thing that we have established in our business model is we have specific trust work that people can't get unless they come through us. In order to protect your assets, it's more than just a will. I tell everybody all the time, a will is only going to light your fireplace. okay, is almost worthless, because while you're alive is how people get their assets liquidated, not when you pass. If we just drop dead everybody, I wouldn't have a business, okay? They take all people's assets while you're alive, not when you pass, okay? Because the system is built around you having the ability, not being able to pay for that health care, that bill. And that's how they are able to access your assets to pay for that care. And here's one statistic I'll tell everybody. 3 out of 4 people in the United States will apply for Medicaid. Okay, if it was 4 of us in this room, 3 of us would be going down that path of that rabbit hole where we have to get through that spin down. And you work 40 years for a company, you have retirement, you got life insurance, you got all this stuff set up for your family and for your life, and it will be taken away within 18 months.
Okay, let me go back on this. I know you constantly saying Medicaid, but do Medicare fits up in there as well?
See, and in the workshop, when I do the educational portion, I really specifically give everybody a detailed description, the difference between Medicare and Medicaid. Medicare, if someone, let's just make an example, if someone had a stroke, okay, the first 20 days, Medicare will pay for that bill. This year, there's a copay of $172 a day. From day 21 to day 100. They know that people cannot afford that. Okay? So what ends up happening, while you're in the hospital, they're applying you for Medicaid. You don't even know it. Okay? So what happens is, let's just take it a further step. If you have a Medicare Advantage plan or a Medicare supplement, okay, it will pay through day 100. After day 100, you're back to square one. They're going to say, Commander, we need a check, or you got to go on Medicaid. There's no other, that's the end game for everybody. And that is the way they are able to liquidate a lot of people's assets in the whole family. Here's another one. We had a law firm do a study demographically on who keeps and retains the most assets. The African American community only retains 20% of what they have when someone gets ill. That's why most of us are losing so much, because we don't even know how to put our stuff in order.
But then that takes us back to Congress, because Congress, that's part of their job, to make sure that the people are protected.
No. So here's what the law states. Okay, the law states this: if you have your rule book in order, the law comes second. And what Congress and the Senate and the White House and whoever else it is, they're not letting people know that this is even an option.
No, because
this is
well-kept secret if you don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, but still, it takes you back to our representatives, because that's part of their job, is to inform us of this.
And they don't know
Yeah.
either.
Okay, now see, I might have to go along with him because
they don't know either.
because see that
we in trouble.
Oh, we've been in trouble.
Because there's a lot of things that's going on. I have to say that, just like the Senate and everything, every time we go down there and put in the resolution and stuff, just like we was talking about a little earlier, all the money, the appropriate money that they put for the Defense Department and stuff like that, but then he took some of that money from the defense plan and put it on the wall. So now with that, just the same as you saying, all this money for this fence and stuff like that. But see, now as far as Veterans Affairs and all of this urgent care and stuff like that, they take from you.
Yeah. Wow. And one thing that I let people know in the workshop is this. This is the way it's been for a very long time. This is nothing new. So one of my biggest goals is to educate people on this topic exactly, because a lot of the baby boomers right now hold most of the assets in the United States.
Yes.
But the age of people who are getting ill is getting younger.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So somebody who's only been in the workforce, let's just say 5 or 10 years, whatever they retain, they're losing that too. And a lot of the veterans, I think I was telling you, Commander, last fall, I was invited out to the Ray Kroc Center for the resource fair.
Yeah.
And a few of the veterans there said, "Man, you need to do something for us." And I said, yes, yes. And of course, a few of the clients that we got and all the stories we were hearing about what was happening with the veterans, it just took us some time to put this together. and now we're full out. Want to give a special shout out to Derek Tyson at Olive Harvey. He's over the VA unit over there, and he gave us the room. We have the day. I mean, and they're like marketing it extremely heavy. So we are gonna do a big marketing push the next month for November. The workshop this month is going to be canceled because of some schedule conflicts. But in November, you guys are going to see so much stuff go out for the workshop for the veterans. It's going to be November 15th, which is the first Friday.
I know. I see it already on my list. For real, see, because just say now like coming up now for Cook County. The Cook County Veterans Affairs is getting ready to have this session going on because see now it's time for them to vote.
Yeah, that's another hand.
Yes, because see another thing, people, please listen to what we have to say. It's not a joke. This is serious. This is your life. You're a veteran. If you're not a veteran, you know some veterans.
Yeah, that's right.
You cannot play with this. Their life depends on it. We have anybody out there that's listening, please feel free to call in at 312-738-1060. Call in. Hear this man. Holler at the brother. But go ahead. I was telling him when we first started talking together, because he was telling me that their home base is Janesville, Wisconsin. Yeah. And I was informing him, did you know anything about Janesville? He's telling me about their company. I said, nah, let me put something on your shoulder right now. The VA has that didn't come out right, sorry. They have a place there where they keep the records at and stuff like that. And anything that somebody from here that's why they call it the regional area. They send out records up there. And what happened, when I started applying for my benefits, they were talking about it may be in Kansas City or it may be in Kentucky or something like that.
Because Missouri had a fire?
Yes. But see, all along, it's still at Janesville. Just when you were just talking about, even with Congress and stuff like that, a lot of things happening behind closed doors we don't know, and they don't want us to know.
Well, and then that takes us back to our Congress people, because even when we meet with them, it's sometimes like you're talking to a brick wall. Because you're right.
They hear you, but they don't. They don't.
They don't. No, I don't want to use the word they don't care, but in reality, they don't. They getting their paychecks every 2 weeks, and if they there at least 3 terms, then they vested. They got a nice pension coming, and
lifetime health care, lifetime.
Yeah.
And here we had to struggle and stuff like that. But see, now back to the things you do and stuff like that. The benefit. I like how it's going because see, the benefit it's not just for the veterans, it's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
Yeah.
And see, that's a good thing to do because see the idea. Just last he was talking about the baby boomers. Social Security is running out.
That's right.
Well, it don't have to run out.
No, it don't have to, but see the idea. Then what they're doing
want it
every
to
time,
run out.
it's not. But see, every time you look around, when they get so close to it, they always talk about what mandating.
Yeah.
What
what they need to do is up the cap to $1 million. That they can do that. Plus, in most states, they tax your retirement, and the government tax your retirement. So they should have plenty of money.
They should. Well, look at where we at now, Cook County.
Yeah.
Go in certain stores, liquor stores, or Walgreens. Outside about that though, but certain companies and stuff like that. When you go purchase something, naturally I'm gonna pay tax. But then you got state tax, you got county tax, you got this tax, you got that tax. I'm saying to myself, damn, you keep on.
You won't have no money.
I could go further than that, but we have 5 more minutes. But go ahead and finish.
Well, look, just to let everybody know how to get in touch with us if they had any questions. The workshop is, like I said, the third Friday of every month at Olive Harvey College, which is 1001 South Woodland Avenue. If they want to call and RSVP, the number would be 800-918-0114.
Say it again, but slow so they can.
Yes.
They said, what did he just say?
The phone number is 800-918-0114. You can go to our website, which is www.elderlifegroup.com. You can shoot us an email at info@elderlifegroup.com. The workshop is typically about 2 hours. It's about an hour of the actual presentation, and the last hour is like Q&A. But if you ever had any questions, that phone number, which is 800-918-0114, they can reach us, and we can definitely get back.
And believe it or not, me and my wife are alumni of Olive Harvey. I was there. I'm not saying hate to say it, but it's so funny to say it. It's just like 5 years after they built it, I enrolled there.
Okay.
And that's when, remind me of, I'm Navy, but remind me of being in the Army, because you had to look outside barracks and stuff, and you had to go from one building to another. You got to go through the cold, the elements,
Right.
of, whatever. Because, now they got all this new stuff there. I haven't been in there yet, but I was invited.
Mm-hmm.
But I will keep up with the people there, because, see, we having a big regional thing with all the veterans, representatives from each city college every year that we get together, because also we're going to make this right quick, because city colleges now are accepting ROTCs.
Interesting.
They're giving them scholarships now, where it used to be once you graduate from high school and you can't go to college, your ROTC stops. Now you could take that now into Chicago City colleges.
Oh, wow.
And
Well-
from there, you get paid.
Let me make this announcement. If you're a veteran, October the 12th at St. Luke's Church in South Shore, 72nd and Cole, we're having a hearing on property taxes. And there'll be another hearing on October the 15th down in Cole County. And October the 17th, there'll be one at Truman College. To our veterans, all of us are not alike. And when I say that, some veterans have disabilities and they get a property tax break. For those of us who don't have a service-connected disability, we don't get that type of tax relief.
Right.
And so we need you veterans to come to these hearings, because this is your opportunity to talk about the burdensome high property taxes that we're paying in this county of Cook. There's another crisis facing our community that we need to bring to your attention. Yesterday in the Sun-Times, it talked about we lost 200,000 black folks leaving this state. And the middle class is leaving this city and this state like crazy.
Because
And we
of
gotta
the taxes.
we gotta put a stop to it.
It's the taxes.
Okay? And it affects it's really hurting our veterans big time. Okay? So keep that in mind. October the 12th, Saturday, 1:30 to 4 o'clock. Be there or lose your property.
And for the closing remarks, we will not be on the air, so sad to say, next week, because next week is a holiday.
What's next week?
A holiday. It's Columbus Day.
Oh, my
It's
God.
Columbus Day. And
I'm his sidekick.
That was good.
this is how we react. See, that's what I tell you about. But next week is
Columbus Day.
it's Columbus Day. But we will be back on there the following Monday, which will be the third Monday of this month. And we're here every every Monday from 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Please join us, and we will have him back again. Cliff ain't going nowhere. Cliff ain't going nowhere.
We got to shout out to our technician
And Sylvia.
and Sylvia.
Hi.
Until Monday after next, we'll be back.
And
Hotline.
and we thank you all so very much, and take care. Have a nice evening. Don't believe it.